Tonight back at the friendly confines of Oliphant Street Field, and we should have a dandy of a football game for you. The West Branch Bears come into this game 2-0, coming off two big non-district games which they won fairly handily. Wilton's coming into this game for the first time undefeated. They're 2-0. Trailed Tipton 22-7 last week at half, came back and won that game 31-22, and beat Durant their first game 48-0. This should be a heck of a football game. Wilton is huge. We'll get to that here in just a little bit, but we'll give you a few passages from the write-up on this Wilton team and let you know a little bit about what they are. One thing Wilton's football team won't be short on is bodies. The talent level isn't too thin either. Some 64 Beavers will don the helmets and pads this fall, including 41 freshmen and sophomores. Their coach, DJ Smith, says, "I'm really happy with the numbers, and we expect to do really well this year." We have a lot of key people back, and that only shows they have 11 senior letter winners on this football team, and as everyone knows, you usually win with seniors. One of the leaders on the team is their quarterback, Kyle Hansen. This is his third season playing varsity football, and last year he threw for 931 yards and 10 touchdowns. Coach Smith said their strength will be the passing game and their defense. Their running game was questionable coming into the season, but it looks like they've been getting fairly good production out of their running back, tailback spot, and that could be the key for tonight's football game. The Beavers, as we said before, are absolutely huge on the line. They have one young man, 318 pounds, another one 300, and another one 280. Now that's almost unbelievable for a Class 2A football team. It's highly unusual to have one kid over 300, but to have two over 300 and one at 280 is just a tremendous, tremendous size for a 2A football team. Coach Smith and co-coach Kevin Brisker enter the second season looking for more victories than their rookie campaign. Our kicking game cost us 2 games last year, Smith said. We were in every ball game and we were disappointed we didn't win more. Without the mistakes, we could have easily been 6-3 or better. I'm real optimistic. Our schedule could put us in a place in a hurry. But if we win 2 of our first 3 district games, we're looking at the playoffs. I don't really know who the favorite in Class 2A will be, Coach Smith said, but West Liberty probably has to have an edge coming down from 3A. I think another team that he needs to mention here would be Williamsburg, who's ranked number 7 in Class 2A, 2 spots ahead of the West Branch Bears, who this week were ranked 9th in one poll and 8th in the other. We'll try to give you a few of the stats from last week's game in which the Bears won 55-0 down at Durant. Andy Swinson in the rushing department had 5 carries for 64 yards. Pat Gates had 2 carries for 62. Mike Peterson had 5 carries for 26. Luke Jeffries had 2 carries for 26. Jeremy Hollingsworth had 1 carry for 22. Aaron Vincent had 1 carry for 4 yards. And John Jacobson had 2 carries for no yards. In the passing department, Vincent was perfect, 2 for 2 for 46 yards. Mike Peterson, the backup quarterback, came in and had a nice night. He went 1 for 2 for 7 yards. On the receiving end of the football, Adam Hahn had 1 catch for 36 yards. Clay Worrell had 1 for 10, and Andy Swenson had 1 catch for 7 yards. On the defensive side of the football, and these are the guys that don't get a lot of headlines, but we like to give a little credit to, Jason Peterson had 4 tackles, 4 assists, 4 solos, 2 assists, and 2 quarterback sacks. Clay Worrell had 3 solos, 5 assists, 2 quarterback sacks. Pat Gates had 3 solos, 2 assists. Hahn had 3 solos, 2 assists. Luke Jeffries had 2 solos and 4 assists. Rob Rood had 1 solo, 9 assists. Hollingsworth had 1 solo, 6 assists. Trent Tysinger, 1 solo, 3 assists, 1 quarterback sack. Brian O'Neill, 1 solo, 2 assists. Kevin Kaelberg, 1 solo, 2 assists. Phil Russian, 1 solo, 2 assists. Jake Peterson had 1 solo, 1 assist. Chris Hinkhouse had 3 assists. Josh Gaylor, 2 assists. Rick Butler, 2 assists. John Jacobson, 2 assists. Mike Peterson, 2 assists. James Young, 1 assist. So that's what you have right there. We had interceptions by Rob Rood, Jake Peterson, and fumble recoveries. Tysinger had 1, Worrell had 1, and Gates had 1. So it was a great night for the Bears. We'll be back in just a second to bring you this great game here at Oliphant Street Field. Right, we're just about set to go here. Wilton will be kicking off to the north end of the field. Number 40, Luke Jeffries, takes it right at the Bear 9-yard line. Doesn't hand off, has a nice wall of blockers, cuts up in behind the blockers and gets out to about the 20. Wide to the right here. This will be the first offensive play of this football game. Bears will be operating from their own 20. Jeffries shifts into the backfield. Long count, Gates in motion to the left. Right straight ahead, Aaron Vincent. Boy, he takes a hit after about a 2-yard gain. Bears go with no huddle here, a little surprise. Second down, we'll call it 7. Vincent fakes the handoff, rolls left, gets a nice block out there from Jake Peterson, puts his head down, and he's going to be out close to the first down. Vincent about a half a yard short of the first down marker. He needs to get just about to the 30-yard line here, so it's third down, we'll call it a half yard. This is a big, big Wilton team, so you just don't push anybody out of the way. Wilton gets great penetration, and Jeffries is thrown for about a 2-yard loss. Very often, Wilton lineman got real penetration in the Bear backfield, got Jeffries down for about a 2-yard loss. 4th and 2. Kick is partially blocked. It's off the side of his foot over here and goes out of bounds at the Bear 37-yard line. This Wilton team's made out of right off the bat here. Wilton has great field position on the Bear 37-yard line. 10:29 to go, first quarter, no score. Back to throw. Looks right, has a man out there. It's caught at the 25, and he'll be taken down short of the first down marker. Said before, this is a fine Wilton football team. This is going to be a good football game tonight. Second down and 1. They get 9 on that first throw. Quick pitch to the right. The running back turns the corner, gets still on his feet, down to the 20. First down of this football game. It's 1st and 10 on the Bear 20. Back to throw. Looks a little quick in pattern to number 81. He's hit by Gates. And down he goes at about the Bear 12-yard line, and we have a flag. All right, Wilton picks up another first down, then a personal foul's tacked on the end of that for a late hit, so half the distance to the goal. Ball's on the Bear 5-yard line, handoff over the left side, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. That's number 40, Luke Jeffries, on a fine defensive play. 4 yards to go for a touchdown here for Wilton. They plan to strike early here, 2nd down and 4, ball on the 4. Handoff over that left side again. Boy, Clay Whirl and Luke Jeffries in there again. Here for Wilton. You almost wonder if they won't put it in the air. Man in motion to the left. Looks, throws in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Nice job on defense by Pat Gates. Goes out to talk to his defense. Wilton called a timeout here. 4th and 4. And boy, it's a big, big defensive play for the Bears right off the bat here in the first quarter. 8:10 to go. No score. 4th and goal for Wilton. Handoff, fakes a handoff, end around, and throws a pass in the end zone, and it's overthrown, and the Bears hold. A nice play by Wilton, but the Bears did a good job on defense. Well, a real nice defensive series by the Bears. They hold 4 plays from the 4-yard line. Wilton gained maybe a half a yard at the most. Handoff over left side to that big fullback Hollingsworth, and he drags about 3 guys with him out to the... Hollingsworth gets 6 big yards, and I said the 15, but the ball's on the 10. The Bears started on their own 4 here. 2nd down, we'll call it 4. Gates in motion to the left. Vincent hands off over the left side. Hollingsworth has a big hole, puts his head down, and he's out to the 20, so he'll pick up 10 more. Pick up their first down of this football game. Hollingsworth doing a nice job there, had both hands on the football, covering that football up. Don't want any fumbles down here. 1st and 10, ball on the Bear 20. Vincent pitches this time to Hollingsworth again, turns that corner, and that's a load coming at you, folks. Adam Hahn comes out. Pat Rios brings the play in for the Bears. It's 2nd and 3. Ball on the Bear, we'll call it 28-yard line. 2nd, long 2, maybe a short 3. Handoff over the right side to Jeffries. Cuts it back inside. Nice run by Luke Jeffries to the 45. Great run by Luke Jeffries, and he'll pick up 17 yards and a first down. Luke Jeffries doing a nice job there on that cutback. Picks up 17 big yards. Natupski at center, Peterson at guard. Ball on the 45. This time they pitch to Gates. He turns the corner, slips a little bit, stays on his feet, takes a hit at the 45, and boy, I tell you, he took a little abuse there. Tim Bryant and Matt Taylor at tackles for the Bears. Whirl at tight end. Gates, Hollingsworth, and Jeffries in that backfield. This time Vincent pitches to Jeffries again, turns the corner, gets a partial block from Whirl out there on his feet, and he'll get about 7. Adam Hahn brings the play in for the Bears, and he's out wide right here. Bears faced with a 3rd, and we're going to call it, once again, a short 4, long 3. 5:02 first quarter, no score. Gates in motion to the right. Handoff to Hollingsworth, puts his head down, and he's going to bull, and I don't believe he'll have it. Coach Larry Rummels decides to go for it here on 4th and 1, and one of the finer offensive coaches in the state of Iowa. A quick snap. Procedure penalty on 4th and 1 now makes it 4th and 5, and they're going to be forced to punt. Tim O'Neill will be punting from about his 37-yard line with 4 minutes to go first quarter. Heavy rush again. Nice kick by O'Neill. Fair catch signaled at the Wilton 20, and it'll be down there. O'Neill gets a nice punt here. The Bears are getting a little field position back here, so they've got Wilton down on their own 20 now with 3:52 to go first quarter. Handoff pitch to the right. Whirl gets a lot of penetration. Nice play by Clay Whirl. Clay Whirl, a defensive end for the Bears, got great penetration that time through the running back for Wilton for about a 6-yard loss. So it's 2nd and 16 here. Back to throw. Over here to the, drops the ball, and he takes a tremendous hit at about the 40. Bears getting great field position, and this is exactly what they want to do, is put Wilton in these 3rd and long positions and get a chance for a turnover. Back to throw, looks down the field, has a man going long, and the ball's out there, and ooh, almost a big play for Wilton. The Bear defense dodges a bullet here. I tell you, we told you before the game started, this Hansen kid from Wilton can throw the ball, and he threw that on a line for about 50 yards. It's a low kick, hits at the 50. Rios takes it at the 42, gets a nice block, and we're going to have a penalty on the Bears here. Bears are really making it hard on themselves here. A 15-yard clipping penalty from the spot of the foul. So instead of having the ball at the Wilton 45, they now have it all the way back at their own 27. Gates in motion to the left. Vincent keeps the ball, has a nice hold, cuts it back up inside, and he'll be out to about the 30. He'll get about 6. Aaron Vincent doing a nice job. Hollingsworth and Jeffries in the backfield along with Gates. Hahn out wide right. 2:12 to go first quarter, no score. Vincent rolls left, pitches it back to Jeffries. He cuts it back inside, and he'll lose a couple more. Deep in their own territory again. Rios out wide right on about his own 32. Gates in motion to the right. Looks to throw for his first pass of the evening. Has a man across the middle. It's intercepted at the 45 to the 40. Oh. 15-yard face mask penalty, and I'll tell you, the Bears cannot continue to do this. That's 35 yards in penalties in the first quarter. Almost intercepted back. Wilton really opening this ball game up. The Bear defense has been under pressure all night long. 2nd and 10 from the Bear 25 with 1:19 to go first quarter. No score. And a nice play in there by number 65, Rob Rude. Defensive line of the Bears, Rude over the nose. Ty Cerner at one tackle, big Wes Wellendorf at the other. Jason Peterson at one defensive end, Clay Whirl together. Back to throw, looks long, has a man clearing down here, and he overthrows him way out of bounds. So it's going to be 4th and about 14. 4th and 13, Jake Peterson and Hollingsworth at linebacker. Jeffries, Gates, Hahn, that defensive backfield along with Rios. A screen pass over the middle, well set up. Number 40, Luke Jeffries, does a nice job of coming in, and they had that screen pass over the middle set up real well. And Jeffries read it, came in, and the Bears will take over on downs. I'm not sure if Coach Peterson is loving this or not. He loves his defense, and boy, they've come to the test so far. 1st and 10 on the Bear 20-yard line with 33 seconds to go, and Wilton has trouble getting players in and out here, so they call a timeout with 33. They were having trouble getting the right amount of people on the field with 33 seconds. That could prove to be costly before this half's over with only 33 seconds to go here in first quarter. Gates in motion to the left. Wilton blitzes, gets in the backfield, and somehow Hollingsworth comes out of that mess with about 6 yards. To go here, it'll be the first play of this second quarter. This game is nothing. It's been a great defensive struggle to this point. 2nd down and 5. Ball on the Bear 25. Handoff to Jeffries over left side, and he has a little room, and he'll be out for a first down. He'll be 3rd first down of this first half. Jeffries on a fine 7-yard run there. Ball now on the Bear 34-yard line. Still no score. Handoff over the right side to Jeffries. Has some nice blocking. Stays on his feet to the 40, out to the 41. He'll have about 7 more. Jeffries picks up almost 8 yards. I tell you, he's very deceptively fast here. He doesn't look like he's moving very fast when he first gets the ball, and boy, all of a sudden you look, and he's 8-9 yards downfield. 2nd and 2. Vincent back to throw, has a man wide open. That's Gates. Oh, and he just misses him. Great call there by Larry Rummels. I tell you, on 3rd and 2, he went for the ball, whole ball of wax, and if that pass is a little bit shorter, that was touchdown. 3rd and 2, ball on the Bear 40. Vincent back to throw again, has some blockers, cuts it back up inside, and he's going to be stopped short. Tim O'Neill set to punt once again. He's been a busy young man here. He had a fine punt that last time out. He'll be punting from his own 28 with 10:08 to go, second quarter. Under heavy pressure. Oh, a beautiful kick. Gets it to turn over, hits at the 20-yard line, and goes all the way down to the Wilton 10-yard line. Great kick by Tim O'Neill. Gets off a 50-yard punt. Wilton starts at their own 10 with 9:54 to go, second quarter. Back to throw. Throws him, has a man out there in the flat. That's number 81, and it's complete with Rios on the coverage. First down of this first half. Bears with 3, Wilton with 3. That just goes to show you how close this game is. 1st and 10. Right up the middle. Ooh, he takes a tremendous hit from Hollingsworth. Busts loose, and then Gates gets him after about a 9-yard gain. 9 yards on that last carry. 2nd down and 1. Ball on the Wilton 32-yard line. Back to throw. Under pressure. Has a man out here. That's number 80. Great hit there by Luke Jeffries. And 1st and 10 for Wilton. Just by the nose of the football. Ball right on the 34-yard line. Fakes once, then throws it late. And if the Wilton runner would have kept going, that pass had a chance of being completed. 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Wilton has the man out here wide right along the Bear sideline. Handoff over the middle, and number 2, Worrell, turns him inside, and then Hollingsworth puts a lick on him. Whoa, Nelly. Ball on the Wilton 36-yard line. Back to throw. Has time. Has a man out there. That's number 81. It's complete again, and Gates on the coverage, and he fumbles the ball out of bounds for a 1st down. 3rd down conversion here. So it's 1st and 10. Ball now on the Wilton 47-yard line. Bears jump. Oh boy, the Bears playing giveaway here. 1st and 5 now. Ball now in Bear territory on the 48. And this Wilton team, you just cannot keep giving them these opportunities. Ball on the Bear 45-yard line. Fakes the pitch. Under heavy pressure from Hollingsworth. Has a man out there, and it's incomplete. Wilton likes to go to that number 81, Rob Johnson. Boy, that's been a bread and butter play. Incomplete that time. 3rd and 3. Big play for the Bears again. This time they decide to run. Whirls out there. Does a nice job. He gets away, and down he goes. Ball comes loose. Oh. Bears set to go here. We almost thought that was a fumble, but the official ruled his knee was down. So it's 4th and 5 here with 6:23 to go, second quarter. Reels back at about the Bear 10. It's a line drive punt. It's going to hit at the 10, and oh boy, take a Wilton hop. And it's going to be down at about the Bear 9-yard line. Bears take over with 6:12, and man, they've been in the hole this whole first half. They've started on their own 20, their own 4, their own 27, their own 20, and now they're 9. They just have not had any room to operate. Quick hitter by Jeffries, and we have a flag in there. Penalty of this football game, a 15-yarder, a face mask, tacked on to the end of that 11-yard. Jeffries runs, takes the ball all the way out to the West Branch 36-yard line. Hollingsworth cradles that football, puts his head down, and he's going to be hit at about the 42, and we'll see where they mark his forward progress. 2nd down, we'll call it 3 here. Boy, the Bears have almost 100 yards on the ground, but it's just been 100 yards scattered amongst 5 different drives here. 2nd down and 3. Hand off to Jeffries. He squirts through there again, does a little spin move, and he'll have the 1st down. He'll have about 6 yards. Pick up their 5th first down. Ball on the Bear 49 with 4:51 to go, first half. No score. Great football game here at Oliphant Street Field. Hand off to Jeffries. Penetration by Wilton, but he still gets about 2. 2nd and 8 for the Bears here. Jeffries picks up 2 yards. It appears that the Wilton team has certainly scouted West Branch well here. They seem to be well prepared for this football game. 2nd and 8. Ball just over the 50. Hand off to Hollingsworth, puts his head down, takes a guy with him, and he's down at about the Wilton 45. Well, this young Bear team here needs a 1st down, but it's a long 3rd and 4. What will Coach Rummels come up with here? Ball on the Wilton 46-yard line, 3:32 to go. Vincent fakes the handoff and keeps it himself and gets maybe a yard. The Bears are held once again. O'Neill will be punting from this time about his own 42. 2:53 to go. Under heavy pressure. Another nice kick. Nice and high. Hits at the 15-yard line. Goes straight up in the air. And it's going to roll dead at about the Wilton 13-yard line. Careful here. Wilton takes over on their own 13 with 2:43 to go, first half. This Hansen kid can throw the football. A lot of misdirection in there. Whirls out here, plays that well, plays off two blockers, and does a great job for about a yard gain. 9, Clay Whirl, a young man that I'm sure Coach Peterson and just feels has the potential to be one of the best defensive ends in this district. Great play there. Man in motion. Quarterback sneak right up the middle, and we'll see who got him there, but that was a nice play by the defensive person that stayed right in their place here. As they get up, we'll get his number. Number 2, Whirl again, and number 15, Hollingsworth. Wilton set to go here. Minute 27, 3rd and 8, back to throw. Looks out there in that flat again, pumps once, and has a man going wide open. And Hahn comes over and makes the play, but boy, that was dangerous. And we have a flag. Look at it, as that last 3rd down attempt by Wilton stopped the clock with 1:19 to go here. And it may give the Bears time, if they can get any kind of field position, to try to get some kind of score before half here in this scoreless deadlock. Kicks away. Oh, it's a line drive. This could be returned. Reels lets it hop. It bounces at the Bear 45. He skips one tackle, skips another, down to the 50, to the 45, down that sideline, still on his feet, and he's all the way back to about the Wilton 42-yard line. A great run back by Pat Rios. The Bears will start this offensive series, their 6th one of the evening, with their best field position of the night, and that's on the Wilton 43-yard line with 1:04 to go. And boy, I tell you what, sometimes it's not good to give this Bear team a shot. Gates in motion to the left. Vincent back, has time, has a man out there. That's Hahn. Great catch by Hahn at the 20, to the 15, on his feet. Great catch, touchdown Bears! Touchdown Bears! The point, that was a 43-yard pass completion from Vincent to Adam Hahn, and you're not going to see a better run after a catch. How he kept his balance and stayed in bounds, we'll never know, but all that matters is the Bears have one play and strike here with 54 seconds to go in this half. So it's 7-0 West Branch. Hahn tees it up at the Bear 40, and as I said before, this Bear team will definitely put some gray hairs on your head. It's a high kick, taken at the Wilton 19-yard line, right straight up the middle, still on his feet, weaves his way through there, and down he goes at about the 27-yard line. Wilton 29 with 48 seconds to go. Andy Swenson now in that defensive backfield for the Bears. I'm sure Coach Peterson wants all the speed back there he can get. The handoff over the right side, and boy, oh boy, I want to see who that was that made the initial contact. Number 76 for the Bears, Trent Tysinger. Loss of about 1 brings up a 2nd and 11. Tysinger doing a nice job there. Handoff over the left side, and number 54, Jason Peterson, in there. We're just about ready to start the second half as the captains go out before the start of the second half. We'll try to give you a few stats from this first half, and boy, oh boy, what a football game. We told you this was going to be a good one, and it's lived up to all the hype and the billing. In the penalty department, Wilton had 2 penalties for 20 yards. The Bears had 4 for 40. First downs, we had Wilton with 5, the Bears with 6. On the passing end of the offensive show for the Bears, Hahn had 1 reception for 43 yards. Vincent was 1 for 3, and that being the 43-yard touchdown pass to Adam Hahn. In the rushing department, Vincent had 5 carries for 17 yards. Hollingsworth had 7 carries for 44. Jeffries had 9 carries for 53. So the Bears had 43 total yards passing. They had 22 carries for 114 yards on the ground and 154 yards of total offense. On the Wilton side of the football, they had 13 rushes for only 16 yards, and I think that speaks dearly of the Bear defense. And in the passing department, Hansen was 6 for 15 for 51 yards, and that's a total of 67 yards total offense for Wilton. So the Bear defense has done an extremely good job here the first half. The Bears had 6 offensive possessions. They started on their own 20, had to punt. Started on their own 4, were forced to punt. Started on their own 27, and Vincent had his only interception of the first half. Started on their West Branch 20, was forced to punt, and that was a 50-yard punt that Tim O'Neill got off that got the Bears back in good field position. they started on the West Branch 9 and had to punt, and then on their final possession of the first half, they got the ball back on the Wilton 43-yard line, and the very first play, Vincent goes 43 yards to Hahn for a touchdown. Wilton had 6 offensive series. They had great field position early in the game, but weren't able to capitalize on it, made it all the way down to the Bear 4-yard line and couldn't push it in on 4 tries. I think that was a good early season test for the Bears. They started once on the West Branch 37, turned it over on downs. On the Wilton 20, they had to punt. They started back on the Bears on the 25 and turned it over on downs. They started on their own 10, had to punt, started on their own 13, had to punt. And their final possession, they started on the Wilton 29 and got 2 plays before half. So we're set to go here to start this second half. Wilton 15, and they try a little of the Bears tactics there, and he goes up the left side and takes a hit at about the Wilton 28-yard line. Second half on their own 28-yard line. First play from scrimmage. Throws that little end pattern to the number, we'll see who it is. I believe it's number 81 again. Wilton picks up 6 yards on that first pass completion. He threw 15 times this first half. Second down and 4. Handoff over the right side, and the runner slips, and number 61, Jake Peterson, is right there. It's Hahn, Jeffries, and Rios in that defensive backfield on 3rd and 4 for the Bears. 10:47 to go here. 7-0 West Branch. Back to throw. Faya pumps once, has a man coming across the middle. Good coverage by the Bears. And number 83, Hans. Oh, tremendous hit. A slobber knocker by number 83, Adam Hahn. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see the true meaning of the word slobber knocker, you just seen it by Adam Hahn. He had our hit of the week last week on special teams, and I think you see why he was named Special Teams Player of the Year last year. The punt is partially blocked off the right side by number 76 for the Bears. That's Trent Tysinger. So a great 2 big defensive plays by the Bears here have the opportunity to get some momentum going for the Bears. They have the ball on the Wilton 44-yard line here with 10:32 to go, 3rd quarter. Gates in motion to the left. Hand off to Jeffries. He takes an initial hit and still gets about 4 yards.
Second down, 5 yards to go.
Second down and 5. Give Jeffries 5 big yards on first down. Ball at the Wilton 40-yard line. Gates in motion once again. Bears have movement in that offensive line. I'd like to point out negatives, but the only negative thing about the Bears that's happened to them so far this evening is penalties. They just have really had some penalties at crucial times, so now it's 2nd and 10 with the illegal procedure penalty instead of 2nd and 5. Gates in motion to the left. Vincent throws out to the right to Rios, and he has some room, gets a couple blocks to the 45, and we have a flag in there. I don't know exactly what that flag could be. There was nobody really in the area. Penalty flags have played a big portion in this game so far. Bears pick up a 15-yard clipping penalty, so now it's 2nd, and we'll call it 30 here. A mile to go, ball all the way back on the Bear 35-yard line. Little delayed draw to Jeffries, and he gets hit in the backfield, and he'll get nowhere. There was an initial flag down on the field for what we thought was a late hit, but the official picked it up and waved it off. So it's 3rd and 30 here on the Bear 33-yard line. Bears will need a miracle. Vincent pitches here to Jeffries. He gets outside to the 35, to the 40, 45 to the 50, all the way out to the 45-yard line. Great run by Luke Jeffries. Jeffries comes up with 22 big yards on that 3rd down play, but he needed about 12 more to get the first down. So Tim O'Neill will be kicking from the Bear 41-yard line. Good snap back. Kicks away. It's off the side of his foot, but it's going to take a good bounce, I think, at the Wilton 24-yard line. Wilton takes over on their own 24. This will be their 2nd offensive series. 1st and 10, 8:28 to go, 3rd quarter, 7-0 West Branch. Back to throw, under pressure, has a man coming across the middle again, and it's incomplete, and we have flags all over again. Bears are charged a pass interference call, so Wilton has the first down now, out to their 38. Handoff inside, Whirl makes a tackle at about the 42-yard line. Wilton team is definitely a team you can't take for granted. They scored 2 late touchdowns last week to beat Tipton after trailing 22-7 at half. Back to throw again, has time, under pressure, looks, throws out here in the flat, and the ball is no good. At 7, boy, that was close. He was ruled out of bounds, and he tried everything he could to get his feet down. 7:44 to go, clock stopped after the incomplete pass. Back to throw, he likes that quick end. Over the middle, intercepted by Jeffries to the 50. to the 45, to the 40, gets a great block from Hahn, and he's down to the 32-yard line. Luke Jeffries having himself quite a ball game here. Takes it all the way back to the Wilton 34-yard line here. Bears need a break. Gates in motion to the left. A little handoff to Hollingsworth. A slick little play. Puts his head down to the 25. Down to the 22-yard line. And Hollingsworth will have about 11.
22-yard line, 1st and 10 Bears.
Bears pick up their first down of this second half. Gives them 7 for the game. 1st and 10 on the Wilton 22-yard line. Great run by Hollingsworth. Handoff to him again. And he has a huge hole down to the 10 to the 5, down to the 15, excuse me. 2nd down and 1. The old announcer was trying his best to give Jeremy about another 4 yards there, but unfortunately he was only at the 15 instead of the 10, as we said. So it's 2nd and 1 here, ball at about the 14-yard line here. Wilton blitzes, and boy, the ball comes out, and the Bears are lucky there. They get it back. Need to hurry here. The play was late coming in. We'll wait and see. It's 3rd down and 2. Man in motion to the left. They get it off. Great job by the Bears. Jeffries has some blockers out in front of him. Cuts it back to the 10, to the 5. Well, folks, it's 1st and goal from the 5, and this is where all that time and practice and all that technique that Coach Rummels teaches comes into play. We'll see if the Bears can push it in with 5:23 to go. Handoff to Jeffries behind his blockers, and he'll get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Wilton doing a good job on defense themselves here. Don't sell them short. 2nd and 5. Gates in motion to the right. Vincent rolls right, has a man wide open in the end zone. Touchdown! That's Adam Hahn. 5-yard pass from Vincent to Hahn, and that seems to be quite a combination tonight. O'Neill in to try that extra point, and that was a 5-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Vincent to Adam Hahn. Makes it 13-0 with 4:39 to go. High snap, kicks up, and it's no good. That started with that high snap, however. Tim O'Neill is going to tee this thing up again, and boy, he's been a busy, busy young man tonight. 13-0 West Branch with 4:39 to go, 3rd quarter, and that was a big score. Oh, great kick. Taken at the 6-yard line. They fake the handoff, but the man heads up the right side, takes a tremendous hit out there. We'll see who that was for the Bears as he comes off the field. That's number 89 for the Wilton. Will start on their own 25-yard line. They've started the second half on their own 28, their own 24, and now they're 25. Back to throw, looks in that right flat, whirls out there, puts some pressure on him, intercepted by Hahn to the 20, 15, touchdown Bears! Touchdown Bears! Adam Hahn again. 25 yards with the interception for a touchdown. Hopefully fortune's turn here. Adam Hahn is having himself a ball game, but I'd just like to say one thing. He scored all of the Bears' touchdowns tonight, 2 on pass receptions and now an interception. But there's a young man that worked all the offseason in the weight room, and this is exactly what you get when you work hard. Good things happen to good people. Jeffries for the 2 points, and it's good. The Bears lead this thing 21-0 with 4:23 to go at Oliphant Street Field. Once again, Mr. O'Neill tees this ball up. We've had a lengthy delay here. Number 80, Matt Driscoll for Wilton, was down on about the 5-yard line for quite a while, but thank goodness he got up and was able to go off under his own power. O'Neill's kick is a short one, and it's going to hit at about the Wilton 25-yard line, and he gets some daylight, and number 19 puts a hit on him for the Bears. That's Swenson, and then number 89, once again, Brian O'Neill makes the tackle. Field position, this will be their best of the second half at the their own 48-yard line with 4:16 to go. Handoff over that left side to number 30, and he takes a great hit. Jake Peterson. Jake Peterson really starting to settle in at that linebacker spot for the Bears. It's 2nd down, and we'll call it 9. Pitch to the right this time. They want to try some kind of a play, and the ball's loose. But we also have a flag. We're assessed a 10-yard defensive holding penalty, which is something you don't see too often. Evidently, they felt that the quarterback was held too long there. So now it's 2nd and 2 instead of the fumble. 3:27 to go, 3rd quarter. Ball on the Bear 44, handoff right up the middle, and he takes another hit. I think he'll be a little short of the first down. Wilton on the Bear 43, but they're definitely in 4-down territory here, trailing 21-0 in this third quarter. Handoff over the left side, number 32 for Wilton. He'll have the first down at about the Bear 40. Their 7th first down of this football game on the Bear 40. 2:33 to go, third quarter. Rolls right, has time, keeps it himself, and Clay Whirl, Hollingsworth, Wellendorf, and let's see who else crawls off that pile. Make it Jason Peterson and Rob Rude. Yards on the ground in the first half. We have them with 7 to this point in the second half. Second down, 1. Loss of a yard, and there's a fumble, and it simply, quarterback simply picks the ball up, and Jason Peterson is there as well as Jake Peterson. 3rd and 11. Number 81, Johnson, out wide to the left, and you know you have to keep your eye on him. And number 10 over here, the young man that took the big hit. Back to throw, looks right, under pressure from Jason Peterson. He has him and down, he gets away. Everybody needs to hold their place. Here comes Whirl. He gets a shot at him. What a play by, what a great play. We had several young men there that had shots at the quarterback and just couldn't hold on to him. Jason Peterson, Clay Whirl for 2 individuals in particular there, but still out of all that, Wilton's faced with a 4th and 15. On 4th and 15, it appears that Wilton will punt. The ball's at the Bear 45-yard line with 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. 21-0 West Branch. Pat Rios is back at the West Branch 10-yard line. They will punt it away. It's a wobbly kick off the side of his foot. It bounces at the Bear 25, out of bounds at the Bear 17-yard line. Bears will start this drive with their worst field position in the second half. They'll be starting from their own 17. 34 seconds to go, third quarter. Clock stops on the change of possession. Gates in motion to the left. Hand off to the big horse Hollingsworth, and he'll get maybe a yard. Out here to the end of the third quarter, about 6 seconds left. It's 21-0 West Branch, and they're simply going to let the clock run out here and get ready for this fourth quarter. Play of the not second half, the fourth quarter. It's a second down and 10 yards to go. Gates in motion to the right. Quick pitch to the right to Jeffries. Gets a nice block out there from number 72 for the Bears, and he gets out to about the 26. That was number 72, Matt Taylor, making a nice block. Bears pick up the first down. We'll give Jeffries 10 on that last carry, so it's 1st and 10 on the Bear 28-yard line. Handoff this time to Jeffries again, and he's out to the 30, about the 32-yard line, so he'll have about 4 yards. Luke Jeffries having himself a fine ball game here. 2nd down and 5. He picks up about 5 more on that carry. We have him at 99 yards. Ball on the Bear 32. Gates in motion to the left. Hand off to Jeffries again, and he's going to go over the 100-yard mark here. Down. Jeffries really being the workhorse. That was we have him with 17 carries, 105 yards. Ball on the West Branch 38-yard line with 10:18 to go in this football game. Vincent rolls left, likes to throw this ball, pulls it back down to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, down to the 48. Just doing a great job. Number 76, Tysinger in there now at center. Peterson and Peterson at guard. Matt Taylor and number 55, Brian at tackle. Whirl at tight end. Jeffries gets a nice hole to the 45, to the 40, and he'll be close to another first down. 2nd and 9. Jeffries gets 9 more yards. Ball just on the Wilton 40-yard line here. 9:06 to go in this football game. Hand off to the big horse Hollingsworth to the 40, to the 35, and he'll have the first down. He has about 5 tough yards. Branch Bear football at its very best. They love to control this fourth quarter, and they love to show their conditioning. Another first down. We've got the Bears with 13 now. Ball on the Wilton 35. Handoff inside to Swenson. He takes an initial hit, spins, and goes down to about the 29. Continues to run here, 8-14, 21-0 West Branch. Number 19, Andy Swenson in that backfield now for the Bears. He's a young man that's been waiting his turn, getting a little play in action. He's in motion. Ball on the 30, handoff to Jeffries to the 35. He's quick through there to the 30. Down to about, we're going to say he's close to about the 16-yard line. Bears pick up their 14th first down. Number 76, Tysinger at center. Jason Peterson at one guard. Jake Peterson at the other. Matt Taylor at one tackle. Tim Bryan at the other. Hahn at wide receiver. Whirl at tight end. Handoff to Fake handoff to Hollingsworth. Vincent keeps it to himself to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Aaron Vincent. On first down, that'll be about a 17-yard touchdown run by Aaron Vincent. A great West Branch drive. That started at the Bears 17, so that was an 83-yard drive on 10 plays, all on the ground. A high snap once again, but this time O'Neill gets the kick up. It appears to be good. It is. So the Bears lead this thing 28-0 here at West Branch with 7:25 to go in this football game. For the Bears and the hometown crowd getting into this football game, O'Neill's kick is high. It's taken at the Wilton 30-yard line by number 24, and Bears get in there, and there's a bunch of them. It almost looked like the ball came out, but I don't think it did. The series of the second half, they started on their own 28, their own 24, their own 25, their own 48, and their own 34. Intercepted by Jake Peterson, and boy, I tell you what, he's down to the 22, and he's got that deer in the headlight look, I'm telling you. Well, the Bears are starting to assert themselves, but I'll tell you what, like we said before, old Jake Peterson got that deer in the headlight look when he seen that ball in his arms. Got it all the way down to the Wilton 22 with 7:12 to go here. Quick pitch to Jeffries, and oh my goodness, he has some room to run. To the 20, to the 15, and he'll be down at about the 10. Boy, we have Jeffries with 20 carries, 139 yards. Hollingsworth has 11 carries for 69. Vincent has 7 for 48. First and 10 Bears, that was their 15th first down. Down at the, Vincent sets them down at about the Wilton 10-yard line here. Hand off to Hollingsworth, a big hole. Down to the 5, down to the 4. The Bears starting to work some new players in. Number 33, John Jacobson goes in at fullback, and Swenson's at the other back spot. Gates still at wing back. Hand off to Jacobson right away, and he's going to score. John Jacobson, a 4-yard touchdown run. Well, I'm sure Tim O'Neill's going to have to ice that leg tomorrow. Bears get assessed a 5-yard illegal procedure penalty, and that's their 5th penalty of the second half, their 9th of the ball game. O'Neill's kick, it's long enough. It's a little bit left, but boy, he had plenty of leg into that. O'Neill tees it up on the Bear 40-yard line with 5:55 to go. That last drive by the Bears was 3 plays, all on the ground, capped off with a John Jacobson 4-yard touchdown run. I probably think that is his first touchdown on the varsity level. Ball at the 25, to the 30, 35, 40, and number 66 for the Bears, I believe it was. It can't be 66. We'll wait and see who it was when he gets up. Number 62 for the Bears. Mike Isabel in there on special teams to make that tackle. Coach Peterson trying to get some new people, and Wilton will take over on their own 42 here. Handoff right up the middle, and number 34 for the Bears. That's Josh Gaylor getting in on that tackle. We have Wilton with 3 yards rushing this second half. What a great defensive effort. Back to throw, looks left, then throws out here in the flat to number 81, and the defender Gates falls down. There comes the ball out. If Hahn can get to it, he picks it up. There he goes down to about the 49-yard line, and can you believe it? Adam Hahn recovers a fumble. All Adam Hahn's done tonight is scored 2 touchdowns receiving, had an interception for a touchdown, and now recovered a fumble. So the ball's on the Bear 49-yard line with 5:08 to go in this football game. Vincent sets him down, hands off to Jacobson, and he'll get about 3. Number 6, Mike Peterson's now the quarterback. Number 11, Aaron Carner. Number 70, Rick Butler. Number 77, Stephen Grace. Second down and 7. Wilton blitzes, handoff to Swenson, and he's out down to about the nice run by Andy Swenson down to about the 44-yard line. Number 80. Number 62, Mike Isabel in there. Number 89, Brian O'Neill in there. Third down and 4. Handoff right up the middle, and we should have a face mask, and I think they did get it. Haleberg at center for the Bears. Number 60, Chris Hinkhouse in that line, along with number 67, Phil Rushton. Number 11, Aaron Carr out wide to the left. Gates in motion. Boy, oh boy, Wilton blitzes on almost every play now. And number 62, Mike Isabel in there now. Number 34, Josh Gaylor in. Loss of 4, so it's 2nd and 14 here with 2:44 to go. Handoff over the left side to Jacobson, and boy, he gets about 4 tough ones there. Number 67, Phil Rushton back in for the Bears. Number 70 in there, Rick Butler. Number 89, Brian O'Neill. Third down and 11 here with 2:05 to go. Bears lead this thing 34-0. Handoff to Swenson, and he makes a cut back inside, and ball comes out. Wilton recovers the ball at their own 23-yard line. We'll try to get the players on defense here with 1:53 to go. Handoff right up the middle, and boy, nice hit in there by the Bears. Number 89, O'Neill in there on defense. Number 11, Carr. Number 70, here comes Rick Butler in. Chris Hinkhouse in there. 19, Swenson in on defense. Phil Rushton at one linebacker spot. 2nd down and 9, and the ball's fumbled in the backfield, and boy, oh boy, there's a bunch of Bears there, but I believe Wilton got it back. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that the football game has been called. Just to kind of bring you up to speed as to what happened, a young man, we don't know if he collapsed or what happened, one of the football players over on the Wilton sideline, they've rushed the emergency vehicle up there right now, and so the officials have now decided to call this football game with 1:09 left in it, and it's a big win here for the Bears, of course, winning this football game 34-0, but I mean, it's good for the win, but we're more concerned about the young gentleman over on the sidelines for Wilton. We certainly, by all means, don't want anything serious to be wrong with him, so it kind of puts a dim light on a great performance here by the Bears. The Bears trailed this, or led this thing 7-0 at half. A great first half. The Bears come back and just put a solid second half of football together and just took this game over and won this thing 34-0. A lot of young men got to play again. The starters got a lot of plays. We had Jeffries here with 20 carries for 139 yards. Hollingsworth with 12 for 75. Vincent with 7 for 48. And so on and so forth. So we want to thank everyone, as we always do, for coming to watch us and supporting the Bears. And please come back and watch us next week and come out and support us, as the Bears have a 3-0 record, and we'll go into district action again next week. They're 1-0 in district play and 3-0 overall. Thanks a lot, everyone.